Hey everyone, we're back with some more of the letter, and guys, this episode has been the most frightening for me. The developers of this game really outdid themselves on this visual novel. Like they took it further than most visual novels I played, and especially for a horror genre, they did really great. It's incredible. I was scared, but I'm impressed. So let me tell you. With that said, guys, I hope you continue to enjoy watching, and let's keep it rolling. Alright guys, we're back, and I'm more terrified than ever. Oh boy. Got my hands on the Z again. With every struggle I make, the pressure winds firmly around my legs. Tighter, and tighter, and tighter. All until it becomes too much. My heart stops. Oh, not this again. Another draft sweeps into the room and brings with it the iron tang of blood. Thick, suffocating. Filling my nose with a foul, sickening smell as I shift my gaze downwards and it slowly comes into view. Oh, not this way! Mouth stretched and hideous smile and eyes brimming with nothing but madness. Oh, my feet! The stench of gore taints the air around me and I can't look away. From it, her. From the terror and death that her uncanny twisted features alone scream. Oh. I try to open my mouth to shout, to ask for any help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is the painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me from her. Then suddenly the bed dips. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry guys, that freaked me out. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. There is no ear-splitting scream, no wild thrashing of limbs. Just a painful, constricting awareness that something has wound itself tightly around my neck. I waste no second pulling it, a blanket away, but allow myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting off the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. 1 step, 2 steps, 3. But the dreams have gotten worse. Ever since 2 days ago, no longer are they small cursory flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. I can still feel the blood in my hands, the putrid smell of rotting flesh, the sickening crunch of bones breaking with every movement, and her cold, chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long, ragged breath, and before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Even in the waking world, it reeks. Holy cow, guys, that was not cool. A bench in the park is far from the most private place for thoughts in Luxborn, considering its location at the heart of a bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor problematic soul who happens to wander here. Alright, give me a minute, guys. I'm going to check the relationship right now. Alright, Becca's the same. Marianne the same. Hannah, same. Ashton, it's pretty low. For obvious reasons. The city is just waking up, a little later than usual. But knowing what day it is, one can't fault it for being a little tardy just this once. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the images. Every single one has rooted itself in my head, its claws digging deep in what is no longer a safe place to hide in.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
It used to be easy finding some pretense of peace under the guise of sheer optimism following regular routine.
Lady.
Now?
Take a key and lock him
Now
up.
I don't know what to make of it.
Lock him up, lock him up. Take a key and lock him up.
Man, this song.
My fair lady.
Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart. That way, you don't have to be the first to witness it when it does.
London Bridge is falling
It worked when things went bad with the movie after all. It also worked when Mom and Pa were taken from us.
Lock him up, lock
Maybe it really is better if I just...
Hey, mister!
Oh, she just came out of nowhere, huh? The tiny voice gives me pause. When I look up, a little girl maybe about 6 or 7 is peering at me. 2 wide eyes overflowing with what can only be the natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely note the St. Goretti uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting.
Hey kid.
Kylie.
Kylie.
Kylie?
That's my name.
You have a pretty high pitch, Kylie, even for a little kid.
Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
She then flops down the empty space beside me. Her little legs, still too short to touch the ground, swings in tune with the song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. Nana would often invite the ones in our old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then, Sis and I were both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me. He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
She points to the far end of the park, the one closest to the street where a kid is taking shots of something above him. It doesn't look to be birds because all there is that on that side of the park are buildings.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter. Do you have a camera too, mister?
Why, yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa. We aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today.
I like that this kid's outgoing, but I'm also a little put off by the fact that she's just cool with talking to anybody. What's the brother doing, man? He needs to pay more attention.
If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
Wow.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
Before I know it, a smile spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do. With how sincere Kylie looks, lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Yeah, I think so. You see, there's this mean girl. She's given my friends and I a lot of trouble. I even got in a fight with my best friend because of her. Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? Especially when you can't do anything. It's kind of scary. Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
No.
I highly doubt that. She already hurt one of my friends.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help.
I mean, that is a possibility. Like, maybe she's the misunderstood type considering she keeps saying help me. But I agree with Zach, and I highly doubt that too.
That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
I kind of don't want to be playmates with this one, though.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie. What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason.
You're one of the few rarest, Kylie.
Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
Well, your well, your mama should meet her too, but I would not want to do that to you.
I don't think that'll work either.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan.
Because we don't want to try. Not with her.
You're just scared, mister.
Yes, I am! That strikes a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone or simply the truth in the words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack when the going gets tough. Stay in my safe zone because that's what I know. Once Dr. Navarro said I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. I didn't show up on our next appointment after that, but he's right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've seen, but the kid makes a good point too. I've been so caught up thinking there might not be a way out. Maybe there isn't, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate. Aren't spirits supposed to be humans before too? Had people they cared about? lived a life of their own, smiled and laughed like the rest of us does? Do they really lose all of it after death?
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
You show off. Sure. In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face, the first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
I give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know she might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things, but maybe when she's older. When the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
With what?
Confused, I glance back. Oh no! Whatever cheer our little talk brought has vanished under the shadows suddenly dancing in my eyes. This frigid air is most definitely not how the morning chill should feel like. Bitter, stinging, unwelcoming. And the kid.
What do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
No. No.
What do you want from us?
The response never comes, however. Because when I blinked, gone.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
I'm gonna stay the hell away from you, kid. I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains in there is the carefree smile of a child. None of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing. I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
And hope to never see you again.
See you again, mister!
No! Oh gosh, no. I break into a run. I don't look back, not even as I bump into a couple of passers-by as soon as I'm out on the busy streets. Going insane, this is what it is. And if we don't do something soon, we all will be. The tremors follow me even as I get home. I'd hoped a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Instead, I'm assaulted with more images of her, her smile, the loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, the horrid crunch that comes with every movement she makes. Even old memories have been sullied by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it meant to be. In the end, all I got is a sinking feeling I will never be rid of her image, and another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is already hanging low on the horizon when I make it back, and for the first time, coming home feels more like a chore. Only I didn't arrive to an empty room. Because as soon as I open the door, I'm greeted by none other than...
Sup, Z-Man?
Whatever proverbial stone has made a home at the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of Ashton. Sitting comfortably on my couch, munching on a bag of chips with both feet propped up atop the coffee table. Common sense dictates I should throw him out. Any person of right mind would. But like many other things I've gotten accustomed to, I simply take it all in stride. I never did bother turning him away the first time to begin with. Moreover, I've said things I shouldn't have the other day. Gotta straighten this one out before it blows up in our faces.
Ash, how many times do I have to tell you not to call me Z-Man? And stop breaking into my apartment! Call the cops on you, but doing that feels like a joke in itself because you are one.
I didn't. You gave me a key the last time I did that, remember?
After the last one you broke, I can't keep replacing the knob just because you think it'd be amusing to lockpick the hell out of it. And hey, is that my...
Ash smirks at me because of course he has the gall to smirk knowing what he did. He pops in what very likely the last piece of chip into his mouth and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it on a nearby trash. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music for the end credits of a movie. He's likely been waiting for a while if he's gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards and watch something.
You ate all of it! I was saving that one for the weekend!
I'll replace it.
What exactly is this about? And I know I said something bad the last time. I'm really sorry about that.
In an instant, he sits up, every trace of amusement gone from his face. He clasps his hand in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to ease, yet the grim expression on him tells a different story altogether.
It's fine. You had a point back then.
Wait, what? Did I just hear you say that?
I'm not kidding, Zach. Speaking of the other day, did you meet with Andrew last time?
Yeah, at the library. He was,
What did he say about the photographs?
Huh? Oh, there's no guarantee it's a supernatural thing. It doesn't always happen, so that's a dead end right there. Now that I think about it, bothering that guy for this feels pretty silly now. But with the dreams lately...
That's all? Did he say anything about the damn letter at all? Did you ask him even?
I paused, glancing at him skeptically. I don't know where this sudden curiosity is coming from, but if Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton takes interest in this, something or someone must have messed things up somewhere. Or the world is ending. Seconds pass. The apocalypse I'm expecting to go along with it doesn't arrive, however.
Yeah, that's really everything. The letter kind of slipped my mind. The photos were more important at that time. There was some stuff about the local horror stories, though. Talked about the curses, and he was really fascinated with the story about a wraith asking for a sacrifice to move on. Kinda nasty if you ask me, but it does make sense if you simply go along with it. I'm not sure how this will help in the grand scheme of things. Why are you asking about this anyway?
Becca's been saying weird things lately.
Weird like?
Same kind of weird Isabella says.
Alright, bro, stop right there. I thought you didn't believe in this stuff.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something. Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one this morning.
Didn't you say you were getting closer to...
Apparently, the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter, though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track. Have you seen the news this morning?
He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to news. Report about another guy who has been found dead in early hours of the morning today. Man burnt after room catches fire. Another victim by the Anselm Butcher. Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire has spread and whatever damage has been contained within the place the body was found. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claimed. If only they knew.
Do you think this is...
I don't know what to think, Zach.
He rises from the chair and begins pacing the length of the room, lacing his fingers roughly through his hair.
I just know there's something. There must be. There has to be.
Yeah, but you have to open your mind to it, Ash.
Fuck!
Well, you do have something in mind, I'm sure. A plan? Come on, Ash, you're good with that.
I do! I'm just not sure if I'll get anything out of it.
Well, a plan is better than no plan at all, ain't it?
Almost too sudden, he swivels on his heel, and for a passing moment, I thought he's going to shout at me. Instead, Ash simply pops back down on the couch, crosses his arms over his face, and releases a long, ragged breath. His voice comes out smaller, closer to a whisper when he speaks again.
I should have looked into this when she was still here. Maybe none of this would have happened if I did.
Ah, there it is. No need to ask who her is. Every should-haves, could-haves, and would-haves. All our frustration in one statement while all we can do is to cope. Alright, let's save on this. Actually, let's save on this. Alright, two choices here. Make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. You're not the only one stuck in this. Alright, let's go with you're not the only one stuck in this.
You ain't the only one stuck in this mess, you know.
Harsh, but perhaps the thing he needs to hear most right now. He throws me a glance sharp enough to cut if it's even possible. Looks about to say something for a moment, but decides against it. Did I lower or increase the friendship? I lowered it further. That's nice. Rather, he blows another aggravated sigh and drags his fingers down his face.
It's my job to know things, damn it.
Not everything. Even someone like you has their weakness. Stop overestimating yourself. You ain't infallible. Don't blame yourself for every little thing out of your control. Doesn't work that way, Ash.
Easy for you to say.
Maybe, but it ain't above me to ask help from others. I know what I can and can't do. Do you?
And just like that, we reach another standstill. One by one, things are starting to fall apart without our notice. Ash leaves mere minutes close to sundown. He said little until then, not even a hint of what he's aiming to do after. While it ain't any of my business to know, his whole reticent attitude in the matter gnaws at me. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people heading home after a hard day's work. Little of the bustle matters to him as he steps out of the crowded walkway, however. There's only his goal in mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. He's probably decided on it long before he made a decision to drop by. But despite this, he lags behind.
What's wrong, Ash?
His mouth opens then closes, but whatever he wants to say is lost in the clamor of traffic outside.
Is there something I can do?
No, just say where you are.
I can't do that. No can do, Ash. Ask me anything but that. No way in hell I'm gonna pretend there ain't a problem when there is. This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
What? You think you have a better plan?
Who knows if it's better? At least it's something.
If all this is going to do is put you in danger, then I'd rather you not do anything at all. I never want to wake up to that kind of thing again. Finding out one of my friends was left for dead in the middle of the street. One person is enough.
This is still better than having no other course of action, yeah?
He's about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, aight? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want, but please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
I have no idea if it is the look on my face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, although his mouth presses into a thin line, he nods.
Do what you want. If you can check in with Rebecca, I'd appreciate it.
When he stumbles into the sidewalk and allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I'd like to think the tiny gleam in his eyes is the closest we can get to optimism in this situation. Whether that alone will be enough to give me a peaceful sleep tonight remains to be said. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. With her image still stuck in my head, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard, with Ma's lullaby still echoing in my ears, no longer the soft tune it once was. And the terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach, it's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off, even for a little while. It's not as if there's a complete lack of things to do while waiting for sleep to come, if it ever will. And at 2:45 in the morning, I find myself cleaning my photography equipment for no other reason than to just pass time. Though, if I'm going to be honest, it is not the night terrors that are keeping me wide awake tonight, but the anxiety and the hope I'll hear from Ash soon. And for what's perhaps the 42nd time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. I've not heard from him since he left. He hasn't promised a call, of course, but a small part of me wishes he would have the common sense, at the very least. Waiting is a tough game, and with the concern stretching out the minutes far longer than usual, it's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind. Moreover, it does not help that when the clock finally strikes 3... my hand stills. Oh. It would be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight into my throat in that brief second. Alright guys, I have to go back to the Z button. Alright. My whole body has gone motionless, ears straining for any further sounds. A couple of 10 seconds pass. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuation ain't anything new. Every now and then, this would happen, leaving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Nothing unusual anymore after a few years of living here. But this time, the sudden hush brings with it its stillness that raised the hair at the back of my neck and sent my heart beating hard against my chest. Something reeks in the air, and in an instant, this place is no longer home. It's a prison. Every rational fiber in my being screams at me to leave. I force myself to swallow and keep a clear head as I lay down all my cleaning tools and begin gathering together the rest of my things carried about on the table. The camera's body, lenses, filters, diffuser, phone, anything on my hand could reach. But in the resulting panic, like in the nightmares, it is the scent that reaches me first, a foul, putrid smell filling my lungs with a heavy stink of death. My fingers clamp tightly to the camera, holding it closer to my body as if the tiny thing would provide enough protection to whatever is with me in the room. It won't. But it's the only comfort I have. And knowing that whoever she is, she had once been human. Perhaps not all of it is gone. Perhaps some of it is still there.
Hello? I know you're in here. What do you want?
Something moves behind me, a soft scuttling over the walls, followed by the squelch and painful creaking of what can only be rotten flesh and broken bones. Without hesitation, I whirl around, my fingers and camera ready, patiently waiting for another movement.
I can help you. Whatever it is that keeps you here, I can help. That's what the letter's for, ain't it? You don't have to keep taking people's lives.
There's a brief moment of silence after, and for a short while, I think my pleas worked. Then with no warning, the shuffling resumes, and along with it are sobs of a woman. Oh, don't trust those sobs, man. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my gosh, where is it? Okay. Can I go down? Alright, I gotta take that picture now. Where are you? Lady! Screaming lady! I better hurry up. Come on! I don't see you. Do I go up? Do I go down? I got 66 battery left? Oh no, let's go. Come on, where are you, lady? I'm looking around. I am not... Oh, whoa, what is that? The door? Oh! Ah! Gosh! Damn! The light flashes fleetingly one last time, allowing me a glimpse of her grotesque, misshapen features before it is once again lost in the darkness. All of a sudden, her tune changes, no longer a soft cry, but a high-pitched shriek brimming with pain, grief, and anger. Every ounce of courage I've mustered flees from my body at the sound, and the next thing I know, my hand is gripping the knob and I'm wrenching the door open. Her wails follow me as I flee into the night. Oh my gosh, guys. Pacing has always been more of Ashton's thing than mine. When I want to think, I sit and let the minutes tick by until an idea comes to my mind or pulse settles down. And yet dried leaves and twigs crack under my shoes as I make another pass at them. Terror is too mild to describe what this is. There is no way in hell I'm going back. Whatever she is, pleading won't work. The moment we saw the letter, she's been after us.
But I can't run. Not this time.
Nearly 2 hours have gone by since I left the comfort of my room for the solitude of the park. 2 excruciating hours since I've started making calls. No one's answering. Not even Rebecca, who has always kept her phone line open in case other people need her. It does not help that Ash hasn't said a word where he went off to as well.
Damn it! I knew I should have asked him before I let him leave.
Knowing him, he can be anywhere. Whew. Oh, guys, I need a breather. Oh, I'm going to end the video here for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Until the next one.